Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart, and in this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the Dow Industrials on the daily and weekly charts and check in on our three key ETFs, the Semiconductors, Home Builders, Financials. And then because of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we're going to take a look at Amazon, Best Buy, and JW Nordstrom. So stay tuned. All right, let's start off here with the Dow Industrials. The Dow continues to push higher here. We're in this ending diagonal pattern. That's the best pattern that we've got, an Elliott wave pattern here. In the fifth intermediate wave, we've got minor wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are now in 5. And 5 is right pushing the upper trend line here of this pattern. So we are at the point where this could become terminal at any moment. And it looks like it's doing what we call a little bit of a throw over, kind of pushing above this trend line. Now, I've talked about this before. In terms of actionary waves within a motive wave, waves 1, 3, and 5, 3 can never be the shortest wave, okay? And the primary way you measure that is based on percentage, but usually the actual points, the arithmetic, can't even say that. Let's just call it the point count. the points of length of that wave usually works out to be the same, but the primary way that you measure it is a percentage move. So what I've done is I've looked at wave 3. Clearly, wave 1 is a lot longer than wave 3, so there is no need to even do the math here. But when you look at wave 3, in points, it is 1,605.36 points exactly between the intraday low and the intraday high of wave 3. Percentage-wise, that's a 9.4% move. So now if you come off the low, if you're a wave 4, you say, okay, well, you add the points up there. That means that the maximum that this should be doing in a wave 5 is 14,489. You could round it to 14,490. That's this upper red band up here. And percentage, or actually it's the lower one right here. And percentage-wise, 9.4% off of this low creates a high of 19,565. So this is the maximum that this move can go and still, not exceed wave 5, not exceed wave 3. So looking for this to terminate short of this area. If it were to proceed beyond that, then something else is definitely in the works. I do have an alternate pattern, an alternate count that would fall into place that I've got a pretty good idea what it might be. But right now, we've got to let this play out. And so that's what we're looking at. We're getting very, very close in here. And the move in terms of breadth, the advancing, declining, has not even come close to being the strength that it had in wave 3, which is exactly what you would expect in a wave 5. To be a lot weaker. Now, what's the weakness of this pattern? The weakness of this pattern is that wave 4 really extended and became a lot longer than wave 2 in terms of time, the number of days. So that kind of made this picture not as picture perfect as you would like to see it. Kind of like this ending diagonal over here. You can see how it created the wave 4 being shorter than wave 2, and created this closing nice little diagonal pattern. You're just not quite seeing it here, and that's primarily caused because of wave 4. So that's the one little, kind of a flag that's showing up on this pattern, but we're giving it the benefit of the doubt right now. And so that's the play, and we're looking for this to be looking for an end of wave 5 very quickly. And of course, now we know when we're going to be wrong on this pattern also. And of course, this has pushed to new highs as you expect. Here's the weekly chart, and here's the pattern. Same pattern being drawn on a weekly chart. So yes, this will be the end of the fifth intermediate wave, and it also would terminate the fifth primary wave, the fifth cycle wave, and the fifth super cycle wave. So that's where we're at here with the Dow, and we're getting very close. All right, so that's the picture on the Dow Industrials. Let's take a look at semiconductors. They continue to push higher in here, just riding above the 10-week moving average. This is a weekly chart. not seeing any breakdown in the semiconductors yet. Now we are getting some divergence in here on this move, so that could create a corrective move here coming up. Home builders, same type picture in terms of trending. Now this is a daily chart, so showing this strong move that's occurred since the election on November 8th. Actually, this is the day after the election, with this strong engulfing bullish candle in here. But we still have not taken out the highs here from the August time period. And of course, that's not even close to any kind of all-time high on the home builders. Home builders have been very weak. So this looks to me like a corrective type move, but it's been very strong. Right now, it's corrected around 68%, I believe, 61.8%. Yes, just slightly over 61.8% in terms of the pullback. All right, and then financials. They've been like a rocket taking off here also. So again, no breakdown on the financials yet, although you can see had this huge expanding candle right here, and now we've started to compress. The previous week was a lot less, and this week was even less in terms of the range for it. It's kind of like, you shoot off a rocket and it's starting to lose power as the fuel's being consumed in here. All right, so that's the financials. Let's take a look at Amazon in terms of the retailers. Amazon's rolling over here, it looks like to me. This is a daily chart, but the 21's below the 55. The 21 hasn't broken below the 55-day moving average. Last time it did it from the standpoint of breaking below it was January of this year, earlier this year, and then we had a pretty decent little sell-off. Now it looks like we've had 5 little waves here and we're getting a pullback, so that could be really, really interesting right now as to whether or not Amazon holds and rallies further, or does it close back down below that 10-day moving average. And you can see that when that blue-gray line, that 21 stays above the 55, it stays in rally mode as it did all of this time here. But when it starts to break down below, it's a sign that there's significant weakness going on. Best Buy's acting very, very bullish, and you can see how it's gotten way outside the Keltner channels here. Very strong. Let's take a look. We're getting a little bit of divergence here in the last few days and weeks. The last week of activity actually not being confirmed. So kind of interesting when you look at this little move that's occurring right here. Would not be surprised to see a pullback after this kind of strong move, come back and maybe even close this gap. I mean, we got a big gap here and we got a huge gap right in here. So had pretty strong little move on Best Buy all of this year, actually. Nice trending action. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this pull back here shortly. The last one we're going to look at is Nordstrom. And this is a weekly chart on Nordstrom. You can see the all-time high back up here, March of 2015. And let me verify that. I'm pretty sure it's all-time high. It is all-time high. This has trended very nicely up in here. But now we've rolled over, and it looks like we've had 5 major waves down and a corrective move back. What kind of corrective move has it been? Let me just check that real quick. A little bit over 61.8% at the intra-week high 2 weeks ago. And now we've kind of paused down below that close. A little doji candle in here. Could turn into an evening star, although it didn't get super bearish this last week. So we'll watch to see whether we get some continuation or not. You got to say the trend is still to the downside, I think. On the retailers and JW Nordstrom, although it's had a nice, counter trend move here over the last 5-6 months. All right, that's it for this weekend. If you felt like the video was helpful, please share it on the internet, send it in an email, a link in an email, and hit the like button. And if you're not watching this on my website, head on over to the website. Check out the other posts I've got for you. So we're going to be watching the indices real close, especially the Dow this week, and see what kind of action we get. We're getting close. All right, everyone, have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you on the next video.